Hello, my fishing friends, and welcome back to the channel. Your friendly, expert angler here, ready to dive deep into what the fish are up to. We're talking about the week of the 15th to the 21st of September 2025, a period that promises some intriguing shifts for us anglers in our beautiful region. This week is shaping up to be quite a mixed bag, with a spell of stable weather followed by a noticeable change, and that means we'll need to be on our toes to land those beauties. So grab a cuppa, relax, and let's break down the conditions. First up, let's talk about the theoretical base, what's driving the fish this week. We've got a dynamic week ahead of us, starting with some lovely, stable conditions and transitioning into something more typical for late autumn. Weather analysis. We kick off the week, specifically on Monday, the 15th of September, with a high-pressure system starting to build. This means mild, partly cloudy skies, with daytime temperatures hovering around 15 degrees Celsius and dipping to 10 degrees overnight. We'll have a light southwesterly breeze, around 2 to 3 meters per second, and, crucially, stable atmospheric pressure. This is good news for us. Tuesday, the 16th, sees the high-pressure system continuing to settle in. We can expect clearer skies and slightly warmer conditions, with the mercury hitting 16 degrees Celsius during the day and falling to a crisp 9 degrees at night. The wind will be light and variable, just 1 to 2 meters per second, and the pressure will be on a slow, steady rise. Fish tend to appreciate this stability. Wednesday the 17th marks the peak of this lovely high-pressure spell. Anticipate sunny skies and what feels like warm weather for the season, with daytime temperatures reaching 17 degrees Celsius and an overnight low of 8 degrees. A very light easterly breeze, barely 1 meter per second, means near-calm conditions. High, stable pressure usually signals excellent feeding activity. However, things take a turn from Thursday the 18th. The high pressure begins to recede and a weak front makes its way in from the Atlantic. Expect cloudier conditions and a chance of light showers later in the afternoon. Daytime temperatures will drop to around 15 degrees Celsius with 10 degrees at night. The wind will pick up to a moderate southwesterly 3 to 4 meters per second, and the atmospheric pressure will start its descent. This change can often make fish a bit more wary. Friday the 19th sees that front fully passing through. We're looking at more persistent showers, especially in the western parts of our region, and noticeably cooler air. Daytime highs will only reach 13 degrees Celsius, dropping to 9 at night. The wind will become a stronger westerly 4 to 5 meters per second, and the pressure will continue its steady fall. This is typically a tougher day for fishing. Saturday the 20th remains unsettled. Expect a mix of sunshine and scattered showers with blustery conditions. Daytime temperatures will be around 14 degrees Celsius with 10 degrees at night. A strong westerly wind, 5 to 6 meters per second, will make casting challenging, though the pressure will start to stabilize after its dip. Finally, Sunday, the 21st, should bring improving conditions, fewer showers, more sunny spells, and temperatures climbing slightly to 15 degrees Celsius during the day with 11 degrees at night. The wind will shift to a moderate northwesterly 3 to 4 meters per second, and the pressure will slowly begin to rise, signaling a potential improvement for the start of next week. Water temperature. Our water temperatures will largely mirror the air. Starting the week, most lakes and rivers will be around 15 degrees Celsius. With the cooler air and increasing rainfall towards the end of the week, expect these temperatures to gradually cool to 13 or even 12 degrees Celsius in smaller, shallower waters. The sea temperature, being more stable, will likely hover between 14 and 15 degrees Celsius. Fish are still active, but this cooling trend will push them towards deeper, more stable water, especially during the colder, windier days. Moon phase. This entire week, from the 15th to the 21st of September, we are firmly in the waning crescent phase. The moon's illumination will steadily decrease from around 36% on Monday. According to popular fishing lore, the waning crescent can be a period of moderate to slow activity, as the fish are less influenced by strong lunar pulls. However, don't let that discourage you, my friends. Combine this with favorable weather, and you can still have fantastic days. General fish activity. Mid-September in our region is a fascinating time. The last throes of summer warmth are fading and autumn's chill is setting in. This often triggers a last hurrah for many predatory fish as they feed aggressively to build up reserves for winter. Pike and perch remain very active, capitalizing on the abundant bait fish. Brown trout, particularly in rivers, are still feeding well, though their season is drawing to a close at the end of the month. Salmon and sea trout runs can still be happening, but remember, licenses and local permits are essential, and most salmon seasons will be closing by the 30th of September. Forecast by species and tactics. Let's talk tactics, my friends. Based on these conditions, here's how I'd approach it for our key species. Pike. Where to find them? Early in the week, with stable high pressure and warmer water, pike will likely be more spread out. Look for them in areas with weed beds, drop-offs and around submerged structures in 5 to 8 meters of water. As the week progresses and temperatures drop, especially from Thursday onwards, they will seek out deeper water and cover, such as deep water points, submerged islands, and areas where baitfish are schooling. What to catch them on? For the first half of the week, I'd lean towards medium to large soft plastics like swim baits or shads, rigged on jig heads of 7 to 10 grams, worked slowly along the edges of weed beds. Spoons and crankbaits that dive to 3 or 4 meters can also be effective. Later in the week, as conditions get tougher, consider slower presentations. Dead baiting on the bottom in deeper water, or very slowly worked larger soft plastics or jerkbaits can entice a strike. Don't be afraid to try some vibrant colors like chartreuse or fire tiger, especially on cloudy days. Perch. Where to find them? Perch are shoaling up in September, making them great targets. Early in the week, they'll be in shallower areas, 2 to 4 meters, around natural features like reeds, submerged timber, and rocky outcrops following baitfish. When the cold front hits midweek, they'll often move deeper, congregating on structure in 6 to 10 meters of water, especially near drop-offs or humps where they can ambush prey. A good fish finder is your best friend here. What to catch them on? Light tackle is key for perch. Small soft plastics, such as 2 to 3 inch grubs or creature baits on jig heads of 3 to 7 grams, are deadly. Drop shotting with small lures or even tiny sections of worm can be incredibly effective when they're deeper and sluggish. Small spinners and spoons up to 7 grams retrieved erratically can also trigger a bite, particularly on those brighter, stable days. Natural colors like green pumpkin or brown usually work well. Brown trout. Where to find them? In rivers, brown trout will be actively feeding, especially during the daytime before their season concludes. Look for them in runs, riffles, and deeper pools, particularly where there's good oxygenation and insect activity. In lofts, they'll be around rocky shoreline in submerged reefs and points in depths of 2 to 6 meters, especially during the milder parts of the week. They'll hug structure when the winds pick up. What to catch them on? For river trout, fly fishing with nymphs like pheasant tail or hare's ear, or small wet flies will be productive. During the warmer parts of the day, a dry fly, if you see rises, can be exciting. For spinning, small Mepps spinners, 5 to 9 grams in silver or gold, or small minnow-imitating crankbaits are excellent choices. In lofts, trolling with traditional wet flies or small spoons can cover ground effectively. On tougher days, try fishing small worms or minnows under a float or ledgered on the bottom in deeper, calmer areas. Daily forecast. All right, my fellow anglers, here's the day-by-day breakdown so you know exactly what to expect. Monday, the 15th of September. Good. Stable pressure and mild conditions mean fish will be active. Pike and perch should be feeding confidently, especially around structured areas. Trout will be responsive in rivers. It's a great start to the week for all species. Tuesday, the 16th of September. Excellent. High pressure firmly in place, rising temperatures, and light winds create near-perfect conditions. Expect strong feeding periods, particularly for predators. This is the day to be on the water, friends. Wednesday, the 17th of September. Excellent. Continuing stable, high pressure and warm sunshine will keep the fish in a positive mood. Pike and perch should be very active and trout will be feeding steadily. Don't miss this one. Thursday, the 18th of September. Medium to capricious. As the high pressure gives way and a weak front approaches, expect a drop in activity as the pressure begins to fall. Fish might become more wary and head to deeper water. The chance of afternoon showers could trigger a short feeding burst, but it will be a trickier day. Friday, the 19th of September. Weak. The passing front brings cooler temperatures, strong winds and persistent rain. Rapidly falling pressure will put most fish off the bite. Focus on deep water presentations and be prepared for a slow day. Saturday, the 20th of September. Weak to capricious. Unsettled weather with strong winds and showers, though pressure stabilizes at a low point. Pike might still be ambushing in sheltered deeper spots, but most other species will be sluggish. Patience and persistence are key. Sunday, the 21st of September. Medium. Conditions start to improve with fewer showers and slowly rising pressure. Fish might begin to show signs of increased activity towards the afternoon. Focus on areas with cover and warmer pockets of water as they emerge from the cold front lull. And that, my friends, is your detailed fishing forecast for the week. Remember, preparation is half the battle, and understanding these conditions will put you miles ahead. I wish you all the very best of luck out there. May your lines be tight and your nets be heavy. No matter what the weather throws at us, there's always a fish to be caught. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future insights. And a huge question for you all: what are your plans for fishing this week? What tactics are you going to try? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps our whole community learn and grow. Tight lines, everyone, and I'll catch you next time.